false breakouts.
Why are you the way that you are?
But what if I told you there were indicators out there to one, not only give you confirmation on your trades, but also help prevent you from entering trades like this? That would be pretty cool, right?
Goddamn, that would be awesome.
Well, luckily for you, I've been scavenging Tradingview the last couple weeks for indicators for this exact purpose. Tradingview default indicators, community scripts, custom scripts, private indicators, and oh boy have I found some good ones. You can add any one of these indicators to your already made strategy to improve it and hopefully increase the win rate of your very own strategy. I'll be showing you confirmation indicators for lower time frames like the 1 minute and 5 minute, and I'll also be showing you ones that are for longer time frames like the 1 hour or daily. All of these indicators I'm about to show you are complete game changers and will forever change the way you trade. Let's get straight to it. To start our list off strong, we're going to start with the trend meter indicator. Now, if you've watched my videos before, I've used this indicator in many of my strategies, and there's a reason for that. It's a f***ing good indicator. To add it to your chart, go to Tradingview, click the indicators tab, and type in trend meter and click this one by this guy. Once you have it added to your chart, this little guy will show up. Now, this one is extremely easy to use. All you need to do is have all these dots and lines green, including this dot up here that'll occasionally show up. Every single one of them must be green. This is important as this will confirm the signal is strong. Each one of these dots or lines represents a specific indicator. When green, that means the indicator is giving a bullish signal. When red, that means the indicator is giving a bearish signal. If you go to the settings of the indicator, it'll show you all the indicators it uses. I personally keep all these settings at default, but you can change them if you desire. The one setting I do like to change is go to the styles tab and uncheck the signals 1 box. Now, I already know I'm gonna get this question.
What time frame does this indicator work best on?
So I might as well answer it now. This indicator will work for all time frames, but after using it for many trades myself, I figured that it works best on larger time frames like the 1 hour or daily. Let me show you an example of how we can use this indicator to get more profitable trades and not get as many false breakouts. But first, it would be pretty rude of me not to talk about today's sponsor, CEX.io, the CEXiest crypto exchange on the internet. See what I did there? Now, you might be asking,
What makes them so CEXE?
well, for starters, they have instant buy and sell for all cryptos, and they accept basically every payment method out there. Credit and debit cards, bank transfers, e-wallets, everything. They have 100 cryptocurrencies to choose from, instant crypto and fiat withdrawals, and they've been in the game since 2013. So yeah, they know what they're doing. They also have a really nice API, so if you've ever wanted to make a bot to automate your trades, you could easily hook it up to their exchange. On top of that, they have one of the most user-friendly interfaces I've ever seen. And one of the coolest parts is they offer a staking program to where you can get up to 23% APY. 23%. So just choose whichever coin you want to stake, sit on your couch for a year, and you made 23% of what you put in for doing absolutely nothing, which is pretty crazy. So go check them out. I'll leave a link in the description. Back to the video. Let me show you an example of how we can use this indicator to get more profitable trades and not get as many false breakouts. For this example, my base trading strategy will be one that you would learn from straight out of kindergarten. Just a simple moving average strategy where I have a 50 EMA and a 200 EMA, and I only enter a trade when the 50 EMA crosses above the 200 EMA. Now, here's the problem. With this strategy, you're gonna have times when the market is consolidating and it's gonna give you an entry point, but it turns out it was a false signal and you're gonna have a losing trade. We do not like this. How do you fix this?
Add the trend meter.
So you will only enter if the base strategy gives you an entry signal and all the dots and lines are green on the trend meter. So as an example, the EMAs crossed giving us an entry signal for our base strategy, but not all the dots were green on the trend meter, so we wouldn't enter this trade. And look what happens, it was a false signal. Then this time we see the EMAs crossed and gave us another entry signal. We look at the trend meter and all the dots and lines are green, so we would enter in this trade. This time it works out and the chart goes up. You can do the same exact thing with shorts, just make sure all the dots and lines are red. This will insanely increase the chance of your chart going in the direction you want it to. You can replace the moving averages with whatever strategy you personally use. Now it's time to move on to the next confirmation indicator, and this one is one of my all-time favorites. Go to the indicators tab and type in Donchian Trend Ribbon, this one right here. Once you have it added to your chart, you'll get something that looks like this. It's a pretty straightforward indicator, but it gives so much value. When the bars are green, you should be buying. When the bars are red, you should be selling.
But what time frame does it work on?
You again? Well, this indicator actually works on all time frames a lot better than the last one. So it can be used to filter out trades on shorter time frames like the 1 minute or 5 minute, but it can also be used on the 1 hour or the daily, whatever you want really. Of course, this indicator will perform better on higher time frames, so just keep that in mind. Let me show you an example of how to use this indicator. So for this example, I'm going to be using the super trend indicator as my base strategy. It just gives you very basic buy and sell signals. If we look at this Bitcoin chart, you can see that the super trend indicator gives you a buy signal, but if we look at the Dungeon indicator, it has red bars, so we would not end up taking this trade. If we move a little bit forward, the super trend indicator gives a sell signal. If we scroll down, the Dungeon is also red, so we would enter a short here, and look what happens, price falls. So you could have very easily predicted the fall of Bitcoin with this simple strategy. Here's another example. Super trend just turned green, so we take a look at the Dungeon indicator to confirm the signal. We see that it is also green, so we enter a trade. Look what happens, a huge uptrend. With this indicator, I like to keep all the settings at default. On to the next one. For this next one, go to the Indicators tab and type in FMUS System. 3 different indicators will show up. You can choose any one of them as they're all the same. When you add it to your chart, it'll look like this. There are going to be many rows of rectangles. Each rectangle represents a different indicator. With this specific indicator, you can add up to 10 different indicators,
including but not limited to
EMA Cross, RSI, EMA 20, SMA 50, EMA 55, EMA 75, SMA 100, SMA 200, Pivot, and MACD.
You have the option to enable or disable any indicator you so please. If for some reason you've had an absolute hatred for RSI since you were 4 years old, you can simply just uncheck the checkbox and it won't show up on the indicator. So just like the other confirmation indicators, this one is very easy to use.
But what time frame?
All time frames. This indicator works on all time frames. Remember, higher time frames will work better though. So with this indicator, a buy signal would be every single rectangle is green for a strong bullish uptrend. So here we have our super trend indicator again for the base strategy. We see a buy signal, but we look at our FMUS system and see that not all the rectangles are green. So we do not enter this trade. And that actually ended up being a good decision because the market was consolidating and this ended up being a false signal. Here's an example where we get a buy signal from the super trend indicator. We then check the FMUS system and it has all green rectangles, confirming that we are good to go. So we enter. Price heads upwards, making this a successful trade yet again.
Now it's time for the 4th and final indicator.
This last and final indicator works wonders for long-term trades. When I say long-term, I mean a trade that is on the 1 hour time frame or higher. Just like the other indicators, the higher the time frame, the more accurate this indicator will be. Go to the Indicators tab and type in HACOLT? Yeah, this one right here. Same type of strategy applies. You only buy when the indicator is green and you only short when the indicator is red. As you can see, this indicator is pretty accurate on higher time frames. When this indicator is green, the market is trending up. When the indicator is red, the market is trending downwards. All of these indicators I share with you are really great at confirming entries and exits, but none of them should be used by themselves. These are confirmation indicators, not entry indicators. Pair them with whatever strategy you're currently using and it'll help you make better confirmed trading decisions. Test them out with your own strategies and let our community know which one worked best for you. You can do that by joining the Trading Lab Discord where you can talk to other like-minded traders about trading. I'll leave a link to the Discord in the description. If you want to see how to double your account size within 30 days, watch this video because I backtested a strategy 100 times and the results were pretty good. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.